Come on, Santa, you got to hook a brother up because I've been... Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I do truly appreciate it. And it's supposed to be a heck of a day, period. But in terms of book collecting, for me, it should be a red letter day. Is that what they call it? A red letter day when you have a good day? That's when you make money. It should be a good day because I've got a book in the mailbox that's on my bucket list of books. The books I got to get in the collection. And it's one that it's been on the list for a long time for me. And the reason is most people want more money for this book than I want to pay. Now, I really want this book in my collection, but I don't like getting my pants pulled down on the price of stuff. So I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait till I find it for a price that I like. And Alec Finds on eBay is my seller that I bought this thing from on auction. And it is the Easton Press, Jaws by Peter Benchley. And Jaws is one of them books that it's kind of a little controversy or controversy, as they say. One of the best movies ever made. What many people consider, movie experts consider, a perfect movie. And I'd say it's pretty daggone close. But the book is much different than the movie. It's not quite the happy story for the Brodies as the movie is. And it doesn't quite have the same pizzazz in terms of the finish as the movie does. But I really, really loved the book Jaws. I felt like I could empathize with Chief Brody very easily in the struggles that he's going through, both with a wife that wants more out of life than he's able to give and makes it pretty obvious to him. When you feel like you're not good enough, you may tend to act out a little bit and make a butt out of yourself. And he does that in the book. But at the end of the day, he's a good guy that is willing to do what it takes to do his job. And also, he loves his wife. And he's willing to deal with things that have happened. I get the feeling that all in all, he's a good guy in a bad situation. And so the characters like Quint, great in the book. Of course, some of the other characters in the book are not quite so great. Like Mrs. Chief Brody. She's not the wife that she is in the movie. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about the book itself, the review of the book. But I've been wanting limit this Easton Press version of the book for a while. And I bought it from this seller, Alec Finds, and they shipped it in a box that's about the same size as the book. And for the price of the book, I don't like it. I don't like it at all, especially when you see the friendly neighborhood mail ladies, co-workers might end up not treating a box so perfectly en route. So I'm a little bit worried about this one. But you know what? Take heart. Don't worry about things that have not come to fruition yet. All that there is to do is open it up and find out what it's like. So let's open this thing up and take a good look. Now, I'm a big fan of Easton Press. So maybe it's not quite as dire. There's a little bit of space in there. I'm a big fan of Easton Press. Now, I won't tell you that Easton Press is a fine press publisher or that they're all great and all flawless and everything like that. But I like their books. I like the way their books look. They got good-looking books. And in fact, my wife can look at a shelf I have right here. Look. She says that shelf is the best looking shelf that I've got. She says she wishes my entire collection was Easton Press. And I say, they don't make enough titles to fill a whole collection. Anyway, I get the Easton Press books that I like. So books that I like, the Easton Press publishers, I try to get. Jaws for me is a big one. I really like the book. maybe not a top 10 book all time for me, but it's one that I really, really like. And I've got a bit of a fondness for the story. I think it's probably my empathy for Brody, my love of the movie. So the movie does play a bit of a role in my my love for the book. But anyway, I've been wanting this Easton Press version. And everybody ends up selling it much, much higher. And they get the money for it. I mean, people pay for it. People pay much, much more than I think the book is worth to me. It's only worth what you're willing to pay for it. And finally, the opportunity came up. This one was an eBay auction. So you bid and it goes up to whatever it gets bid up to. And I made a max bid at the last 3 seconds left of the auction. You hit, boom, make that offer or make that bid, whatever the button says. Type in the numbers. And you wait till about 4 seconds left. The countdown's going 7, 6, 5, 4. I already got all the numbers entered. When it gets to 4, then I push that button. Hopefully you got a good enough signal that it goes through before it hits 0. And then what that does is it takes away the other person bidding. It takes away their opportunity to think, should I bid again or not? You figure they bid their highest bid. And then somebody outbids them and they say, well, shoot, I really want this thing. I want to bid again. And that's all I'm doing is I'm taking away their opportunity to say, shoot, somebody outbid me, doggone it. I think I'll pay another $20. I'm not going to get beat for this thing where they don't get a chance. Anyway, that's just what I did. And I got the book. And the price was right, and I'm looking. While I don't like Alec Fine's packaging, fate came through. It looks like the book didn't get busted up at all. But what you see is a sealed copy of Jaws by Easton Press. And guess what you're about to find out? It's not going to stay sealed for long. Because a lot of people, collectors in the collector worlds in general, whether it be action figures or board games, and whatever it is, books, mint packaging, new seal. These are phrases that people look for when they're buying things. And I get it. You want it to be as minty fresh as possible. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to pay extra for the packaging because I'm going to cut the packaging off. A Leatherman style this time. Leatherman. This is the Leatherman, what is it? Leatherman Wingman. I got my Wingman, my trusty Wingman here. The thing about the Wingman is this cutting blade, I got to sharpen it just about every week. It gets dull. It's so easy to sharpen, but the steel's a little bit soft. It gets dull fast. Any kind of work makes it dull. But I'm going to cut this packaging, and it's important that I keep my blade sharp because what I'm doing here, I told you already, this book is on my bucket list. Bucket list achieved. And I've got a very sharp blade, very close to my 22 karat gold gilded page edges, my precious collectible. And that's a worrisome situation for some folks, but not me. Doesn't worry me in the least because I have a trick that works every time as long as I execute properly. The trick is this: cut the plastic, not the book. Get it? Anyway, I don't worry, and I just unbox. That's what I do. I'm going to forget this here. One day I'm going to reach for it in my pocket, and it won't be there. And I'm going to think, dang, I left it on the shelf. Anyway, for those of you in places where you're not allowed to carry knives, that sucks, man. I use a knife 15 times a day for one thing or another. Anyway, Easton Press. This book, to me, not only does it look fabulous, I love the way Easton Press makes their books look. It looks classic, but it looks sharp, and it looks like quality. Genuine leather-bound book. You have a Smith sewn binding. You have colored end-bands, satin, built-in satin ribbon page marker. I already told you about the 22 karat gold gilded page edges. The hot foil stamping on the covers and the spine. It's like I'm a salesman for Easton Press. I'm not trying to sell Easton Press books. I'm showing you what you get. Hear that? This book has never been opened till just now. I broke the seal. But our end papers, listen, so cool. So cool, beauty. And I don't know, beyond what I've shown you, I don't know anything about what Easton Press has done with this edition. So we're going to go right here to the frontispiece. I see there is artwork. Who is the artist for this book? And I'm looking here. I do not see this book. 2009 is when the special contents are copyrighted and printed and bound in the United States. I don't see where they credit the artist in here, and it may be in here somewhere, but I'm not going to spend all day looking. Anyway, I just showed you that frontispiece artwork, and if you know who the artist is, please let me know in the comments here. Now, it's a tight book, so I'm going to open it up a little bit and just kind of flip through and see what she looks like. I don't know. I've got Easton Press books that are chock full of art, and I've got a lot of them with nothing in there except the frontispiece illustration. And this one here appears, I see no other interior illustrations included, so it looks like that's your one art image. And there it is. If you're going to read this Easton Press edition, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see a pretty good size text, bold. The paper is slightly creamy in color. It's not a stark white. That's the way I like it. This is the kind of stuff I like to read. And you got that hubbed spine, ribbed spine, those little ribs on the spine there. Mark Mastal always, every time I'd say something about a ribbed spine, he would comment. I think that he likes the ribs on the spine or the hubbed. They call it a hubbed spine, so maybe that's why. Intelligent people use proper terminology. Oh, that's my excuse. Anyway, I love the leather. I love the way the book looks. I'm really excited to have it on the shelf. Put it next to some other Jaws editions that I have. I've already showed you the Bam Books A Million Bam version. I think I've shown you this one at some point. I bought this book at a Second and Charles, a beautiful first edition. And it's not a first print, but I can't remember which printing it is. It's an early print. Not the first edition, first print, but I got it cheap. Anyway, I'm glad to add this one to the collection. This is what it's been on the bucket list of books for a long, long time. Books I got to get, and now it's in. And I got lucky a little bit. It was protected well enough in shipping that even though the tight box took a hit, the book did not. Got the book that I wanted at the price I was willing to pay, added to the collection. I guess you could call that a great books day. I think so. Anyway, I can think of no more lies to tell, so thank you for your time. I do truly appreciate it, and c'est la vie, baby. Dude.